Well, the Brexiteers have been delivered yet another, shall we say, crushing blow, because one of the things that they continually kept on saying was that it doesn't matter about what Angela Merkel says, because what matters is the German industry. The German industry, and particularly German industrial unions, will force her to make a Brexit deal. They are the ones that have the power. They're the ones that are going to force her to make a good deal. Well, Siemens, Airbus, Deutsche Bank, and a lot of other German firms. Remember, all these German firms collectively employ about 400,000 UK citizens in the UK. And they have said that they are now set up a task force specifically to prepare for a hard no-deal Brexit. And we now know that this is now gone from being a possibility to probably being the de facto state we are possibly going to end up in. And we've talked about before how much a disaster a no-deal Brexit will actually be. This is the worst case scenario. This is, you haven't applied the brakes at all and you've gone directly over the cliff. I can continue with the analogies, but there's no better one than that. And the Brexiteers were constantly on this, that they were like, it doesn't matter, the industries are going to force her hand to make a deal. Well, Lang, who is the head of this chair and the German Industrial Union, the BDI I think it is called, basically had this quote: "To make it clear, yes, German industry wants to keep a very close relationship with Britain, but have no doubt, we prioritise the further development of the EU," he said. "The ball now lies in Britain's court. The speech by British Prime Minister in Florence 2 weeks ago by no means brought the clarity that had been hoped for." So this is what German industry is doing. But so remember, people, one of the strongest economic countries in Europe has basically said, we don't really care. We're prioritising the EU. It's far better. But I'd like to once again just rub in the faces of these Brexiteers who were going to come and say this, that they were saying and predicting in their crystal balls that these people like Lang, were going to force Angela Merkel to make a deal with Britain because they wanted access. Turns out they don't really care, and that they prioritise the EU over us. It's not surprising. I've been saying this before the referendum. I said it after the referendum have happened, and quite frankly, any Brexiteer who now goes around claiming that this is going to happen is living in an absolute fantasy la la land.